Hacked bullies Hotmail in 2001, so this takes me back to high school in 2001. I was 12, which I know sounds young for high school, but I skipped a grade and was basically this tiny, awkward kid trying to survive among all these older teenagers. I had exactly one friend, this guy named Pete, who was just as nerdy as me. We'd eat lunch together every day, work on projects together, and basically never talk to anyone else because we were both too shy. But there was this one kid in my computer class named Derek who made my life absolutely miserable. This dude was like 16, way bigger than me, and for some reason he decided I was his personal target. Every single day he'd walk past my desk and whisper these horrible homophobic slurs under his breath, just loud enough for me to hear, but quiet enough that the teacher never caught it. He'd make jokes about me and Pete being boyfriends, which was super embarrassing because we were literally just friends who happened to both love computers and science fiction. The worst part was during group projects when Derek would be like, "Oh great, we got the gay kids on our team," and everyone would laugh. I'd just sit there red-faced, pretending I didn't hear him. This went on for months. I tried ignoring him. I tried avoiding him. I even asked the teacher if I could switch classes. But Derek was relentless. Then one day during lunch, Derek walked by our table and knocked my sandwich right onto the floor. When I bent down to pick it up, he whispered some disgusting comment about me and Pete that I won't repeat. That night I went home and I was just done. I couldn't fight this kid physically because he was twice my size. I couldn't get him in trouble because teachers never believed the quiet, nerdy kid over the popular jock. But I was really good with computers. Like really good. I spent hours on our family PC every day, learned HTML from library books, and knew my way around the internet better than most adults. Derek had no idea that the awkward little kid he was picking on could actually do some damage. I remember Derek bragging in computer class about his Hotmail account and how he had like 100 contacts from all the different schools in our district. This was back when having email was still kind of cool, and Derek acted like he was some big shot because girls from other schools would message him. So I got on our dial-up internet that night and went to Hotmail's password recovery page. Back then, internet security was basically a joke. You could reset someone's password just by answering one or two secret questions. I typed in Derek's email address and hit forgot password. The secret question popped up. What is your favorite car brand? My heart started racing because I actually knew the answer. Derek was obsessed with his older brother's Volkswagen Beetle and talked about it constantly in class. I typed in Volkswagen and held my breath. Access granted. I couldn't believe it actually worked. I was sitting there in my parents' basement at like midnight, staring at Derek's inbox, and I felt this rush of power I'd never experienced before. I could have read all his emails. I could have sent embarrassing messages to his contacts. I could have really destroyed this kid's social life, but I didn't want to be that person, so I just changed his password to something random and logged out. The next morning at school, I was trying so hard not to smile when Derek walked into computer class looking frustrated. About halfway through class, he raised his hand and asked the teacher if the school's internet was broken because he couldn't log into his email. The teacher said the internet was fine and suggested maybe he forgot his password. Derek got this panicked look on his face and started frantically typing different combinations. Nothing worked, obviously. During lunch, I overheard him asking people if they knew anything about hacking or if someone could help him get back into his account. At one point, he actually came up to me and Pete and asked if we knew anything about computers. I just shrugged and said not really, which was technically true since I'd never hacked anyone before. Derek never got that email account back. He had to make a new one and lost all his contacts from other schools. For the rest of the year, he was way too distracted trying to rebuild his online social life to bother picking on me. Sometimes the quiet, nerdy kid wins.